All right, Sparkle Tits. Let's try this again. Get some content, some fresh content, fresh and so clean. Um, let's see. What are we doing now? We are um, we are looking to bring our game up to a more advanced competitive level, and so map one map at a time. I'm gonna go through some of the ways to prepare. Um, so first and foremost, you're gonna get the speech about wanting to go pro. So Sparkle Tits, you want to go pro. First and foremost, you got to have the time to be able to put into the game. If that's a given, you already have the time to put in the game. Second, you have to consider the amount of time that you're putting in the game constructively, and in a sense be your own boss as far as regulating your screen time and like also other activities, because basically the difference between a really high level pug star and a high level team player is the level of consistency that they're going to be able to bring to the game. I go into video about the sound of main teams dying, for example, and one of the main things is you're putting in all this work. We're just getting started here, but basically, after you've been putting in all this work and your teammates have been putting in all this work, you're winning your scrims, you're winning your games, you're expecting to win your matches, and then it comes down to a bunch of little mistakes, and that gets really frustrating because it's like, you're like, whoa, I would have been better off just, pugging, possibly might have been able to, put up more rounds against that team or whatnot. So, really in the long term, as being able to, put up a high level of competition over a long period of time, your physical health is most important. So, your mental, spiritual, physical health, you're not going to be able to consistently just rage in a server, fueled up on fucking caffeine or G Fuel or whatever perks you up. You need to have consistent like hydration, you need to drink water, you need to be active. um, if you're restricted in being active, there's a lot of different things that you can do. So like you don't have to be going to the gym pumping weights. Just walk around the block 3 times a day. Okay. Make sure that you're having a routine, whether you don't have to write it down, but so that helps some people. But you're yes, mom, you're doing all of your things that you need to take care of. You're washing your clutch panties frequently. Okay. So that comes down to your mental health too, you know what I mean? Because it's nice to when you go into your kitchen, your refrigerator, when there's fresh food options, when there's fresh, snack options, as opposed to just, fast food or Cheetos or whatever it is, basically just making healthy choices is the first and foremost thing that you can do for yourself if you really want to be a professional gamer, because it is extremely unhealthy to be sitting at your desk for 6 hours plus a day. It's not just bad for your back, it's bad for your lymph system, it's bad for your metabolism, it's bad, there's just like basically it needs to be balanced. Okay, so that's the ugly truth about it that a lot of people don't want to tell you. So if you don't want to have to like cut out early from playing competitive because of whatever it is, physical, mental health, or whatever, just make sure that you're taking care of that first and foremost. So we take the game super seriously and competitive to a certain extent. If there's something in your life that's lacking because of the amount of time that you're putting into the game, even if it's just people, your friends missing you, your boyfriend, girlfriends, wives, whatever, basically you need to make sure that you're setting aside time to balance out your time in life. um, so some people have real like insomnia issues and stuff like that, and there's a lot of tricks to just like not having any LCD screens in your sleeping area, not bringing your phone to your bed, not having any digital stimulation. And I think that really does help a lot. I mean, I live in the woods, so I'm lucky enough that I want to go out in my backyard, and it's like I can go for a hike through nature and fresh air and all that stuff. But um, even if it's just as simple as just being like, okay, I have so much time that I'm invested in digital time, hanging out on Twitch or Twitter or playing the game, all that adds up. So you just go like there's times where it's going to be just no digital, no like chilling out on Netflix, like literally no digital stimulation. So you just letting your eyes relax, if you want to read a book or I don't know, fucking do like an actual puzzle or play cards or something. I don't know. You can figure it out. All right, so here you want to go pro. You want to get yourself into a position to be able to, get on a competitive team. First things first, you want to be on a team. So any team is better than no team. An active team is better than a not active team, no matter how good or bad the players are on the less active team. If it's an active team, you're going to be out there scrimming. You're going to be getting more experience. If you have team experience and you want to push yourself, try the Ringer tab on ESEA, where you can check in, and people who are trying to get scrims who need a fifth on, one of their teammates doesn't show up or something, they can grab you off the Ringer tab. When there's a lot of teams scrimming, I'm sure that is pretty active still, and it is the best way to really get like great experience, plug and playing on different teams and different spots, and also getting to play with better teams, because sometimes maybe there's like a main team in there that needs a ringer or something, so and also every team is a different team experience, so you could uh, network in a lot of different ways to get yourself on a scrim team, or just communicate with people who are scrimming, that if they need a fifth, you're available. um, I'm kind of smiling laughing about this because back in the day I would sit in what was the equivalent of the Discord for probably 5 hours, maybe, waiting for the team to get four and then maybe need me. And then, like you get in the game and then like 2 rounds in, their fifth shows up and you get benched, and you just sit the rest of the time on the bench like watching the game, and that's legit too. It may not be as competitive now, where back in the day there'd be maybe multiple people doing that, so it's like not only are you having to be benched for their fifth, but you might have to get in line to their sixth or their seventh even, because they consider those to be more valuable players.